Namaste everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang today. Muji ji ki jai. I felt to come in a little early today to see if the internet is working fine. It was giving us lots of trouble yesterday. Seems to be very good. If you can see this video and hear the audio well, if you can let us know. Shanti says, Namaste Father, I'm waiting for the picture. Okay. Can anyone see the picture? It is showing live but no video or audio. Anna says it's okay here. Namaste. Very good. And Rashmi says the video is fine for me. And how about the audio? And the audio is fine too. Wonderful. Okay, thank you. And if you're joining us for the first time, you can use the chat window to ask your questions. Namaste everyone. Very good. Okay. What would you like to speak about today? Namaste, welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. Atma says about a realization, state of being always relaxed is realization. Realization or relaxation? So Atma's question is it a question really about a relaxation, state of always being relaxed? Relaxation. So what's the question really? Is it that how to get to a state of being relaxed? Is that the question? No. Okay. That's not the question. How to be always relaxed. How to be always relaxed. Can you be not relaxed? In what way are you not relaxed at any point of time? Wow, Lucian is typing really fast, so let's get to his question and then we'll come to the relaxation. Lucian says, Beloved Ananta, when I hear Muji speaking of going beyond I am, I feel two things. I feel I'm already there, so there is no place to go, yes. But there is also a feeling of separation, like something is beyond, okay. I feel more to say that presence is self-aware and I am that, or that awareness is present and self-aware. But I don't want to give ego any room to rest in some dead, something censored intuition is that everything. Some intuition is that everything is just vehicle or trigger for the impersonal seeing. So I want to be free more than I want to understand. But if you could shed some light on this and on me, please do. Love you too, thank you so much. So he says, when I hear Muji speaking of going beyond I am, I feel two things. That I am already there, yes. So what is beyond I am? Even the sense I am, there is a perceiving of it, or there is an awareness of it. So are you closer to the sense I am, or do you find that you are the awareness itself? So when the master says go beyond even this sense I am, what he's saying is ultimately even this is seen, and ultimately you're not even this sense I am. And you say that in an instant you feel that you are already there, yes. So there is no place to go, correct. But there is also a feeling of separation, like something is beyond. No. If you are aware of the sense I am, you are the beyond already. Even to say that I am aware right now takes you beyond the sense I am also. Because it is not the sense I am which is aware, it is only the awareness which is aware of itself. So look at it very simply. look at pure awareness as a pure seeing, and the sense I am as the pure being. And this being comes from this seeing itself, because without the seeing, no one can ever testify to the presence of this being. You can be without the being cannot be without you. Therefore, the instant you say that I am aware of even the sense I am, in that instant you have already gone beyond the identification with the sense I am. And these words are very powerful actually, because in most paths, even to get to the sense I am is called self-realization. But here what is being said is that the instant there is an awareness of this sense I am, means the awareness is prior to even this birth of consciousness or even this consciousness. But it is not somewhere that we have to get to. It is only something we must see is already true. We must see that this is already true. Who is aware of the sense I am? And what is aware of this awareness also? It is only that one awareness. Then you say, I feel more to say that presence is self-aware and I am that. So, see that the presence is here. In what way is the presence aware of anything? Contemplate this. In what way is the being aware of anything? Is it a different awareness between awareness itself and there is a different awareness of being, or is it not the same awareness itself? So first there seems to be a pure seeing, and within that there seems to arise this pure being. But the seeing does not change. The seeing does not change, does it? So there's an intuition that everything is just a vehicle or trigger for the impersonal seeing. The impersonal seeing does not need a vehicle or trigger. It is always just this pure seeing itself. It is ever unchanging, never triggered. Nothing actually touches it. No phenomena can actually touch it. So I want to be free more than I want to understand, yes. But if you could shed some light on this and on me, please do. Is it clearer now? Getting clearer now? And then you say, I'm sorry for the wrong message. No, it's absolutely fine. Okay. Atma says, if I am busy with a mind, then how to get relaxed? That is like asking that if I am running, how can I be stationary and running at the same time? Being relaxed cannot come along with being busy with the mind. When we are busy with the mind, that means we are in a tense state. But to not be busy with the mind, it is always a relaxed state. And ultimately, whether it is a stress state or a tense state or a relaxed state, your state is not changing, isn't it? The pure seeing itself is always the same, unchanging irrespective of whatever content is appearing here. Ajnani says some Advaita teachers are talking about enlightenment and God realization are two different things. Is this true? Yes, I have seen this also, where many are saying that coming to the sense I am is to say that this sense I am is the self, and coming to the understanding that I am the witnessing of even this pure sense I am is a God realization. I have seen this in many parts in India also. They say that come to this sense of beingness is discovery of the self, and coming to the discovery of this pure awareness is God realization. They say like that. But the way it is said here is that coming to the sense that I am this pure awareness itself, that is self-realization, which is the same as God realization. In fact, we often refer to God as the birth of the consciousness within this awareness itself. So these definitions are a little opposite to each other, but it is not the label which is important. What is important is not the label that we are putting on it, but whether this has become a true experience or not, and whether it's gone from just being a intellectual understanding to be a deeper seeing. Atma says, when I'm busy with the mind and busy with body, how to be same time relaxed. We answered that. And Jyoti says, I am, and I am aware that I am, but I can't really distinguish between them. I am, and I'm aware that I am. In deep sleep state, are you aware of the I am? No, we just wake up in the morning and we say, we had some good sleep. I had some very restful sleep. That means the pure awareness was there. Or somebody will say, I had lots of dreams. That means the awareness was there, and then the sense I am came in these dream states and it went. But the awareness is the one constant. Therefore, in the deep sleep state, even the sense I am is not there. But there is an awareness that I went to sleep, and there is an awareness that I woke up from the sleep. Like we say sometimes in satsang, that if I was to go to sleep right now, and then when I would wake up in some time, I would say, hey, I went to sleep. So there is something that is aware that I went to sleep. So there is an awareness of even this pure presence I am. The beingness wakes up inside the pure awareness itself. So Jyoti says, is that also your experience, or could you somehow distinguish some difference between them? Yes. The only way to say, ultimately they are the same, but the only way to say that there is some difference is that there is a pure seeing, and there is a seeing even of the beingness. That beingness is present here now. So even that is seen. Therefore we can say that awareness is prior even to this beingness. Atma says, sometimes when I am too busy with both at the same time, I feel like being pulled away from something. Seems to be like that. Don't get busy with the mind. Let go of all the thoughts and let life unfold on its own. If anything convinces you that you need to get busy with the mind for this, then don't give it that attention. And very conveniently, like a tool, you will use the mind just once in a while to schedule an appointment or to fix a meeting. These very practical things, just momentarily you will refer to something and you will use it as a tool. But the meaning of getting busy with it means to get involved with it in some way. So nothing requires our involvement with the mind. Only the mind will convince you that that involvement is required. So Rashmi says, the being feels like being. The being just feels like being. And something is aware of the being, exactly. And Jyoti says, you answered my question before you saw it. Okay, it's all good. Prema says, yes, pure seeing doesn't change. Atma says, I see this question came from this tense state, not from the relaxed one. I got it. So hand over the tension now to Satsang. Hand it over to me. It is my problem now. Lucian says, I loved your response. Thank you very much. Thank you, my dear. Ajnani says, thank you. It is very clear. Good. Atma says, the questions come from the mind itself. I see it. Yes. And Atma says, it's clear now. Thank you. Yes. And don't have a fear of asking questions in satsang. It's absolutely fine. Even if sometimes it's coming from the mind, that's absolutely fine. There is no report card at the end of the semester. Yeah. Thank you, Jyoti. Lucian says, only mind asks this, yes. It loses power anyway. Shanti says, dear Father, could you guide us in a meditation at some point in this satsang? Yes. We'll do that. And Ustreamer 170 says, Sri Ramana says, seeing is being. Yes. Ultimately, this seeing is being. So look at it this way, that there is only pure seeing. Pure seeing is all there is. And then it is our experience that being arises. So if seeing was all there is, this being must be made up of this seeing alone. So it seems to be a modulated form of this seeing itself. Just like ice is a modulated form of this water. If water is all there is, then all that arises must be made up of water only. It might have different properties. Like being is different, has a different property than seeing, but it must be made up of only this seeing. Because we have seen that seeing is all there is. Okay, so Atma says, thank you. Rashmi says, it is so silly that the inquiry itself is not true, comes from the mind. A thorn is used to remove another thorn, and then both the thorns are thrown away. Claire says, I gratefully lay all habits of going to attention at your feet. So have you noticed that there are two separate forces at play, ultimately coming from the same oneness, but there seem to be two separate forces at play. One is the sense of attention, the power of attention, and the second is the power of belief. And both seem to operate in different ways. Many times, if we try to avoid our attention going to something, and I say, don't think of a pink elephant, then right now attention would have gone to a pink elephant. So when we try to avoid bringing our attention to something, then attention seems to jump over there. And the second force is the power of belief, which it seems to operate a little differently. So I say, don't believe that you are a pink elephant. So you can easily not believe that you are a pink elephant. Therefore, initially it seems easier not to give our belief to something. So among these two primordial powers in some sense, which are born with the birth of being itself, among these two primordial powers, it seems easier initially not to give our belief to something than not to give our attention to something. And then it is found that as belief is withdrawn over a period of time, then it becomes easier to not give it our attention also. So initially it is absolutely fine just to not give belief to any thought. And don't try avoiding attention to something initially, because it will jump especially to that point if you fight with the attention. Even if attention goes to a thought, it does not have any power over you without your belief in it. And ultimately, when attention itself seems to be withdrawn, then there is no question of belief at all. Ustream 170 says, thank you Master, thank you my dear. Jyoti says, is space a thought or idea? It seems like a sensation. So space has many definitions. Some refer to space as this phenomenal space which is born after the birth of being itself. Where time and space are born after the birth of being itself. Some also refer to awareness as pure space. As a pure nothingness, as a pure space itself. There is a sense of spaciousness about it. So I can understand when they say that awareness itself is pure space. And I would say that it is a more primal knowing than a feeling. It's a more primal knowing, like when you say, are you aware now? It is not a feeling that you are aware. It's actually a more primal thing, which is that you know that you are aware. The same as saying, are you being now? It's a more primal seeing than just another feeling which is dancing in front of us. You know what I mean? Louis says, Father, I am noticing that the attention seems only with satsang, all day, every day. But it is a seeking or trying that all the attention is with. It is becoming clear that this is a dream also. But so much energy is going into this seeking. I am noticing that attention seems only with satsang, all day, every day. But it is a seeking or trying that all the attention is with. So if you've taken the simple route is to let go of all thoughts. It's the laziest way to enlightenment. To just let them come and let them go. That is the simple route. So if you're talking about this route, then it seems like, initially it seems like it takes some effort to let go. But very quickly, you will see that this letting go is not effort at all. In fact, it is effort to pick up. So the sense I get from your question is that there is a grasping or a trying or a seeking sort of energy involved with this satsang. that you're talking about. So in this, trying, seeking can also be let go. Just be completely open and non-resistive. That's the simplest route. It's the simplest, yet it would not be inaccurate to say that it is the simplest, yet seems like the most powerful route, if a route is required at all. Claire, thank you. Jyoti says, yes, I understand. So if there's a trying to get to something or trying to become something, then that is the same guy. It is the same ego which is saying that you must try to do this now. But if it is a natural letting go, then it is absolutely fine. Jyoti says, I am not really sure which kind of space I am contemplating about. Yes. Then for you, then you let go of this concept of space. Then you let go of the concept of space. Sometimes these are just metaphors for explaining. But if they don't hit home, that means that they were not required at all. If it is clear to you that awareness is here and you are that, then you don't need to apply a visual metaphor like space or any other metaphor for it. Atma says, laziest way to enlightenment is to let go of all thoughts. Shanti had said, can we do a meditation today? So let's get to that. Observe how the mind is trying to create an expectation now. It is trying to tell you that something special is going to happen, or it could even be the opposite, that it could be very boring. Either thought could be coming to you, or any thought, it could be arising for you right now. Be completely open to any thoughts which are coming. Don't be fearful of any thought which is arising. Where does this thought come from? Can you get to the source of this thought? When the next thought comes, try to see where it is coming from. Give all your attention to this. Even the thought that no thoughts are coming now. Where does this thought come from? And after a thought appears, where is it? Where is it appearing to us? What is the space in which thought is appearing? Is there any distance between this space and what I am? And once this energy of thought is gone, can we see where it goes to? Where does the thought go? What makes us believe that it was my thought? In what way did you create this thought? Wait for the next thought to appear. Be completely open. Invite all thoughts to come. And when the thought appears, find the distance between yourself and this thought. Notice that it seems to appear in front of you. And even if it appears to be appearing inside you, what is the distance between the seeing of the thought and the thought itself? effort is required. Don't try to do anything at all. Let the words work on their own. And don't visualize anything. Don't imagine anything. Just see things as they are. Let all thoughts come and all thoughts go. Don't control their coming or going. Like a river flowing in front of you, let it flow. You don't jump in. Let the river flow. Let all thoughts come and go. You stand your ground. Notice that the witnessing of the thoughts is unaffected by the content of the thought. Observe that the awareness of the thought is unaffected by what the thought is saying. What is the distance between you and this witnessing? What separates you from it? Observe that it is impossible for you to have ever been an object which was witnessed. You have never been the body or the mind. And you have always been this pure awareness itself. This is home. This is freedom. And you can never leave this. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And if your eyes are closed, you may gently open them if you feel like. Thank you. Atma says, Father, something is opening here. Very good. Very good. Thank you, thank you. It actually seems like a miracle or a divine mystery as to how we could have spent so much time just relying on our thoughts. In this great play of Maya, this is the great mystery. So how beingness itself started identifying with the energies that it created on its own. Rashmi says, seems like a meltdown is coming. Good, good, good. You must take some photos. And Shanti says, beautiful and freeing. Thank you. I will rest in this. Come here.
भैया ना खाऊं।
That's good.
कामू मैं भैया ने कर काम में छापे हुए हैं ना उससे भैया ना मैं ना गोए। I'm traveling.
Tell Papa's name.
At the moment.
Say hello to everyone. Say hello since you're here. Okay. Tell him to go.
She's not listening.
Tell him to come here.
What?
Go.
What?
Tell him to come. Thank you, Cornelia. Ustreamer 170 says, this identity is seen like balloon inside seeking attention. I leave it here, yes. Very good. If you can leave it here. Jyoti says, she brings a smile to my heart every time I see her, Sita. She can be quite a brat. It's like Dee or Kamyani had posted once, no? They said, if you ever feel you're awake or you're enlightened, spend a weekend with your family. Atma says, thank you, Father, for your guidance and love. Very welcome. Cornelia says, with family, great challenge. And it's wonderful that these challenges come so that they can be transcended. Shanti says, thank you, Father, for your loving presence. Thank you so much. Thank you. Rashmi says, I had my two little boys jumping around during this satsang. Yes, I know the feeling completely. Hard to pay attention. It's all fine. It's all good. Thank you all so much for joining us in satsang today. Muji ji ki jai. So much love to all of you.